friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen, this is Intentional Living, and this is my last January wrap-up video for my 10 videos in 10 days, which was really 9 days because one of them didn't go up one day and I did 2 in one day, but it really doesn't matter. This is our last video for January, and I decided to celebrate with a candle and a beer. And honestly, these should be on the other side because I drink with my right hand, so that'll do. So today I'm going to be finishing up my January budget with you, and we are just going to go through, see how much I spent, see what my new net worth and savings amounts are for the month, and then we'll get started in the new week with February's budget. So jumping into my budget, first things first, I like to add up all of my income for the week. So let's do this. I'm going to take out my silver calculator, and I thought I was going to make $2,640 in my full-time job, and I made $2,639.93, so pretty much the same. I never budget for side hustles, but I did plan on using my 1 week ahead fund because it's a 5-week month, and I did use that. And I didn't make anything week 1 or week 2 in my side hustle. Week 3, I made over $1,000 because I reopened my Etsy store. Week 4, I made $317, and week 5, I made $327, which one of these included my YouTube paycheck. So if we add up what my total income was, and these are take-home pay dollar amounts, I hope that makes sense. So it's only what I paid myself outside of business expenses. So if we add all that up, let's see what we get. I don't think I added my full-time income. No. I'm just going to round that to 2639. So our actual income was $4,478, which is literally, let's see, $1,671 more than I banked on making. So that is amazing. My bills came out pretty normal. The only big change was that my insurance went up by $2. So you'll see that difference here, and I've already accounted for that in future budgets. And I realized my nonprofit support is $25 plus 25 cents for the processing fee, so I'll be budgeting $26 from now on. And Hulu charged me $13.90, but I contacted them and they charged me the wrong amount. So it was actually $7. So let's add up all my bills and see what we actually spent on bills this month. So I actually spent $1,221, let's round up, which was more than I had planned just by a couple dollars. And that leaves us left to budget the $4,478 minus this $1,221, which means we have $3,257 left to budget. So now we'll go on and add up all my spending. I have already done it, surprise. I was supposed to spend $700 on spending, and I was able to cut back to $640. So on this first page, we'll go in and we'll put $640. And if we subtract that here, that leaves me with a little over $2,500 for everything else. I don't have any debt, so I didn't put any money towards debt. I did spend this month getting 1 month ahead on my bills. And so the goal was to save $465, but I saved $771. Some of that was because of side hustle retirement contributions, which I just kind of counted here because I didn't know where else to put them. And then I put a little bit more towards my 1 week ahead. So we saved $771 in my 1 month ahead, $771. So now we have $1,846 left. And we spent $303, or put $303 into my cash envelopes, and the goal was $133. So $303 went in there. And then finally, for sinking funds, we have $1,500 left, and I only put $1,244 into my sinking funds. which leaves about $300, which is perfect because I did put $300 into my buffer. So that gives us a zero-based budget. So this was $1,244, and then I'm going to put a note, $300 went to my buffer because I'm switching jobs. So if we add up the $300 plus $1,244 plus $303 plus $771 plus $640, that gives us $3,258, which we had negative $1 in rollover, which was because of rounding. So that is great news. The place that received the most amount of money was my Roth IRA retirement fund, my 1 week ahead fund, gas per usual. And then in my sinking funds, it was car maintenance with $105, and then moving one with $595, getting the most for the month, which makes sense because that is my biggest financial goal currently. So that is kind of how I wrap up my spending. I go through and add these numbers in each week after I do my cash stuffing videos, and then I just add them up at the end of the month. I do it off camera just to save time because otherwise it just takes a while. So then you go into my normal budget pages, which we are skipping because we don't really need them, but you've seen me fill those out in my videos. You saw me count my sinking funds in my last video. If you missed it, I will link it up above. It's just my last video, so check that out. And now we are in my closeout pages in my digital budget book, which I do sell this on my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below. And this is a debt payoff sheet, which I don't need because I am debt free. So we are skipping that, which is super fun. This is the first month I've skipped it, so that's exciting. But now my new favorite thing to track besides the debt tracker, since that is nothing, is my net worth tracker. So let's pull my calculator back out. I don't know why I put it up. So today's the 31st, and last month my net worth was $52,145. So today we are going to add up everything and see what we have now. And we have no liabilities because, again, we are debt free. So now it's just whatever this number is my new net worth. So we have $463 in my cash envelopes from my counting sinking funds video. We have $3,533 in my sinking funds. My emergency fund has $5,029. My high yield savings account has $5,017. So those two together are kind of my emergency fund. My car is worth $8,100 as of today on Credit Karma. As of today in my full-time jobs retirement account, I have $25,683, which is obviously my biggest asset. And then in my Roth IRA, as of today, I have $2,574. And in my 1 month ahead savings, which I do count as savings because this month I had already paid my bills and I saved this money, so I am going to count this. So my 1 month ahead fund, I have $1,318. So let's see what my new total net worth is. It went down. Surprise. So we have $51,717, and it went down by, let's see, $428. And that, let's see what the percentage is. It decreased by 0.82%. So less than a percentage it went down, but it did drop. And the reason for that is a couple things. One, I spent a lot of money out of my cash envelopes. I forget why. There was a reason. Oh, my medical fund. I spent down $320 in my medical sinking fund because I was switching jobs and I needed to spend my flexible spending money before I switched jobs. My sinking funds also dropped because I spent my Christmas money, I spent my anniversary money, anything that was left at the end of the year. And then I've also spent out of them just for, actually no, I haven't really spent out of them. So those I think generally went up. My savings account haven't changed, my car hasn't changed. My Roth IRA has gone up a little bit, but not a lot. My 1 month ahead fund obviously wasn't there before, but the main difference is the stock market. It didn't perform well over the last month, so I lost money in the stock market, which means my net worth decreased. So this is why I don't really have a goal for my net worth, just because with retirement and investing, it's going to fluctuate so much. So I'm going to focus on my credit score this year and not my net worth, but I still like to track it because I think it's fun. So now we do my monthly closeout videos where or pages where I look at kind of how over or under I was in my budget. So we put $235 from my full-time job paycheck automatically into retirement. I had an income of $4,476, which means in total, because had I gotten that, it would have been income, I had $4,711. And for spending, we were under budget by $60. And in my savings for my bills to get 1 month ahead, we were over, which is a good thing, by $306. And then in my cash envelopes, we also were over, which again is a good thing because I saved more than planned. Oops, that's not right. 303 minus 133 means we were over by $170. And then in my sinking funds, we were over, again a good thing, by $956. And then in my bills, which is the bills I paid this month, not the bills I saved for next month. So the bills I paid this month plus the spending I paid for this month, we were under budget by $51, which is again a good thing. And then my total savings, which is cash envelopes and sinking funds, the goal was $886, but I actually saved $1985, which is a great song. So we were over budget by $1,099. That didn't look right, so I had to do it again, but it is right. And then for retirement, the goal was to save $320, but I actually saved $568, which means I was over by $248, which came from my side hustle, which is the number I had, so that makes sense. So now what I like to go through is go in and take this number of what I actually spent, so like $640 on spending, and divide it by my total available funds, so 4711, and I go in and I get a percentage. So for spending, we spent I'm just gonna round, we spent 14% of my available funds on spending. So now we'll go through and do that, and we'll talk about it in a minute. All right, so spending, like I said, was 14%. How much I saved for my bills for the next month was 16%. Cash envelopes was 4%, and sinking funds was 26%. And I'm not tracking the bills I paid that month, but the rest of that, I think, went to that. So let's see. 100. So 40% is not accounted for. So some of that was my bills, and some of it was money I put into my buffer. And I think that's it. So how much did I put into my buffer? I put 6% into my buffer, and then, so this should be 6%, not 4%. I was like, that's weird. And then, okay, that's all correct. And then bills in total, I don't know why I didn't put the bills that I paid for in here, but let's say bills paid. I don't remember how much we were supposed to, but we did put 24% into that. So it's this number, the 1783, minus how much I spent, which is 640. So 1,143, which does not include retirement. So that's why it's a different number than on the other page. So if we add up these should equal 100%, which I don't think they do because of the buffer money. But again, we'll account for that. So it's 86% plus 6 went into my buffer, and I messed up with 8% somewhere. So I don't really care. So This is theoretically supposed to be 100%, but it's not, obviously, so ignore that. And then basically I like to look at this and see where I put the majority of my money. Again, these numbers are a little off, it seems, but I put the majority of my money in savings, followed by bills and spending, and I put 12% into retirement and savings. And my goal is 15%, so I'll just have to adjust that moving forward, but because it should always be 15%, but we will keep working on that. So that is this month. And then what I go in and do is compare to last month, which I actually didn't prep for. So we're gonna have to get that together on our own. And honestly, I might not even compare to last month because all my categories are so different and I'm calculating everything so differently this year that I think I'm honestly gonna skip this. Sorry, y'all. But we will have it for next time to compare to, even though my numbers are a little wonky. I feel like my numbers are wonky every month. So that just goes to show that it's just try. I think it's better to attempt to track your things than to just be like, meh, it's not worth tracking. Because at least I get a general overview of kind of what my finances look like. But if you just skip this entirely, you'd have no idea, you know? So we're gonna skip this. But last month I did have $5,248 available to me. And this month I had $4,711, which went down, which I'm kind of surprised about because I felt like I had a pretty, oh, my shop was closed, that's why, for a couple weeks. So that went down by $537. So that makes sense. So I didn't get paid for 2 whole weeks on Etsy, which I usually would. So that makes sense. And then the last page I like to do is this page where I look at my debt and savings more closely. But again, I don't have debt, so goodbye. See you never. If you want to learn how to use this, I have plenty of old videos when I did have debt where I talk about how I use this. So, but in here we have $4,711, like I said, and we saved $2,886 of that between sinking funds, cash envelopes, and retirement. And I guess my buffer kind of counts, but I'm not going to count it. So that means that we saved 61.26%. That is wild. So if you add up these things, so savings was 42 plus retirement was 12. See, my numbers are off. I don't know what I did here, but I messed up. But these are right, I'm pretty sure, because this added up all of these things here. So let's double check. So 235 plus 333 plus 303. Okay, maybe it's the calculator. So 235 plus 333 plus 303 plus 1244 plus 771. Yeah, 2886, which I have here. So I don't know what I did on the other sheets. If you caught it, let me know. So basically now we'll take this number and divide it by the total amount I saved, $2,886, to get a percentage. So like of the 61% I saved, how much of that went towards these things? So 8% went towards 8% of my savings went towards this. And then 333 of the 2886 was 12% went towards my Roth IRA. So I'm actually putting more into retirement than I was for my full-time job. Oh, that's why, because I supplement, yeah. I put 85 from my regular paycheck in my Roth IRA, and then the rest was from my side hustle. So in cash envelopes, we put 10% of my savings in there. And then sinking funds is the big mama, and that is 43% of my savings went into sinking funds. And then 1 month ahead this month was quite large, and that was 27%. So this should all equal 100 as well, but who knows, because I did this, but I do think it's 100%. So this is, in fact, supposed to be 100%, which it was, so that's great. So final reflections for the month. My biggest win was getting 1 month ahead. I did it in basically 1 month, which was super exciting. And I also started saving for retirement with my side hustle income. So I did save 15% of all my side hustle take-home pay for retirement, which was super exciting. Some areas I can grow in. Honestly, I thought I kind of crushed it this month on my goals, but I do want to, what do I want to do next month? Oh, my boyfriend and I talked about doing frugal February, just to save some money. And so we're going to do frugal February. We're just going to be a bit more frugal. And I want to, I'm going to say spread the savings. So I had to really put most of my money into my moving and things because I was saving for 1 month ahead. So typically the $771 would be going into these amounts, but really it's been going to debt in the past. But now I finally get to save it into my sinking funds. So I do think February is the first month that I'm going to feel debt-free. And I'm going to get larger paychecks than I'm used to because my new job pays better. So I really think that I'm going to see and finally feel debt-free next month, because this month I didn't really feel debt-free because all that money went towards my 1 month ahead fund. So I hope that I just enjoy it next month, and I hope that you all will go on the journey with me. And as I go into February and cash stuff and budget and all the things, I have already posted my February budget with me if you want to check that out. But I will say my plan is kind of already out the window for good reasons, and you'll see that as we go through the month. So definitely stick around. Lots of exciting things coming up for y'all. And I hope you have a fabulous end to your January. It's already February when I post this, but I hope it ended well, and I hope you are ready to go for February 2022. I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye.